satellite imagery of Senator Amanda and his house. Before this plot was allocated, this 2703, if they just look on the computer, they will see the blue line under it. So they should just cancel it, remove it from the GIS. We spent all this money so that this will not happen. This is a system failure.
Let me just say that the conservation of ages is a very good thing, and you should get credit for that, and I commend you for that. Did you, however, advertise this contract? Did you advertise this contract? It is a 1.2 something billion naira contract. You did not. No, that was not my question. I'm coming. Please. Let's go to. Do you know any Ahmed Umar? Have you heard of any Ahmed Umar?
No.
Okay, they've asked about Hajia Sadatu Atiku Abubakar. Yeah. These Umar and Atiku's, this Sadatu Atiku Abubakar, I believe that would be Atiku Abubakar's wife. Their plots number KB20127 and GO10000 were revoked for reason of these plots being on waterline. But both plots were now reallocated to Asia Mohammed. So sorry, excuse me.
One was his brother, one was his wife. Mistake.
No, okay, it doesn't matter the number. I'm saying that it's with the same waterline. The other one was Bashir.
To your wife, again. Mistake. And you want us to buy that. Oh, they check the land here where you wrote that.
And like I told you, it doesn't matter to me that this Hajia is your wife. It doesn't matter. The underlying principle really is that a mistake has been made. You revoke the plot for it being on a water line.
And I have explained this, Senator. I have explained. I don't know how many times I will give the same explanation.
No, but the mistake, you are telling us that
there were two mistakes, and they were mere coincidences.
There will be many like that, but I have explained one thing.
No, what we are saying is that to your wife, to your brother, it's not a coincidence.
And as soon as we found out, we explained.
One nonsense. The listing is even being documented, and whatever you say is taken note. So, before then, I want to finish with one serious matter. You know, this public hearing is being televised, and we don't want to create an impression that we want to give kind of difference to any Nigerian, no matter how high placed. Yes, I am. We hold him high respect. He was our former Senate president. Any president we can call, even Mr. President Obasanjo or any other person, it may be. But definitely we don't want to put anybody to come out, kind of, you people, or the parties having cross-examination. But when he was in his house, and you were making testimony that his house was either the first column, first decade or whatever, he said no. The house he had was a twin house, and that all of them were built. One was brought down, and one was left for him, which he acknowledged, and that was he has come with the picture. And as a minister and a man under oath, we want to plead between me and you and the committee that this is the picture he has told us, and that he is ready to say, of course he could be under oath soon to say his house was well completed, the second one, and it was well demolished. Please, what can you require? No, before you say anything, give me this picture. Maybe it is this paparazzi deception. It's not the real picture. But
I don't need to look at the picture, sir.
But no, yes.
Let me recall what I said. I said he has two plots.
Yes.
One was fully built and he was occupying it.
Yes.
The other one who had just cleared the grass, and I told him, son, there is a problem, don't do this one. The one that he was occupying, I said that one is built without the knowledge that will give us a thing. This one, don't start work on it. He must have gone and done this. Now, Mr. Chairman, I did not go to that place alone. There are several entities that are still inside this that can come and testify to the situation in the on that second floor when we went there.
No, okay,
in addition, sir, we have satellite imagery in 2003 that will show that the floor next to him has no page. I can get it. I have the satellite imagery. But when we started doing this, sir, we took satellite imagery of the whole of Abuja. Yes, sir.
from the time you went to the site,
yes,
the time you went with your staff,
yes,
and you made one, completed one
just started. No, just started.
Just started, fine, just started.
Said stop. Don't do this.
Yes, you did say stop.
Yes.
He did not stop.
Yes.
And from that time to the time the house was finally demolished, how many months it's about?
No, sir, this process took more than 2 years.
Okay, fine, no.
Because
so, excuse me.
Yes, sir, because...
Excuse me,
yes,
by the time the house was demolished, you don't go back there, you don't know whether the house was...
No, I did not go back there. I just got a report as to where it was.
Okay.
But at the time I went and told him not to start, sir. At the time I went and told him not to start, there was no such building. And I can prove it because I have a satellite image in 2003.
This is not safe. Okay, just...
you get my point, Mr. Chairman.
I don't know.
Yes,
like you said, what I'm saying. Okay.
Madam Nasir el-Rufai, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
You know, like I told you, I keep saying, the whole essence of these proceedings is so that we can learn from our mistakes, put procedures in place so that people's rights are respected. There is not a popularity contest and it's not a witch hunt. May I refer you to the sale of properties, the houses in Abuja, which you have testified was thrust upon your shoulders and all that. They were about 30,000 houses.
What nonsense is he talking about?
What would you characterize them as? Were they owners or tenants?
They are licensees, they are not tenants. They have no rights whatsoever. And there is a Supreme Court judgment on the matter, so it's not my opinion.
Let me ask you again. So they're not tenants and they're not...
They are licensees.
But you agree with me that they were there in occupation?
Yes, they are in occupation on account of their employment.
Okay. Now, let me refer you to the Recovery of Premises Act, which defines, first of all, what constitutes a landlord and procedures upon which dwelling houses can be recovered where a person has a reversionary interest.
Yes.
The council, I don't know whether you have a copy there, but I'll define the landlord for you here.
I don't know the answer.
Yes, it's recovered.
English law for that matter, not even Nigerian. I only know about
Recovery of Premises Act. Anyway, we have all been tenants at some point
yes,
or the other. At law, the licensee is called a tenant as sufferance.
yes,
Or so in some cases, the person is called a tenant at will.
yes.
So they are tenants, one way or the other. Now, the landlord is defined in relation to any premises. The landlord means the person entitled to the immediate reversion of the premises, or if the property therein is held in a joint tenancy or tenancy in common, or any persons entitled to immediate reversion, and includes the attorney or agent of the landlord, and also any person appointed to act on behalf of the state in dealing with any land, building, premises, corporeal or incorporeal, the region invested in the state. The state here would be the federal government. Section 7 gives the length of notices that will be given to these tenants before a person is able to file an action for recovery of premises. He says, I think it's section 8 there, so that we don't waste more time. He says, section 8 says, where there is no express stipulation as to the notice to be given by either party to determine the tenancy, the following periods of time shall be given. A. In the case of a tenancy at will or a weekly tenancy, a week's notice. In the case of a monthly tenancy, a month's notice. In the case of a quarterly tenancy, a quarter's notice. And subject to section 2 of this section, in the case of a yearly tenancy, a half year's notice. Now please, let me ask you, how many days or how many weeks notice did you people give the former occupants of these premises before they were sold?
Could you answer a question there?
If you are an occupant of the property and you be paying your rent and discharge your obligation to the government, of course you buy the house at replacement cost. Okay?
The persons who didn't buy this house,
those who did not qualify are required to bid for the house like others.
those who could not bid or who could not pay. Yes, how many weeks or how many